things are going weird again at Star Wars Land. And I don't mean the new attraction at Disneyland and Walt Disney World they're building on. I'm talking about Kathleen Kennedy apparently doing as much damage on the way out the door as she can before her contract finally goes, runs out. They cannot get George Lucas back there fast enough. Okay. I know what we're doing. If it falls in line with all the other Disney remakes and, live action so-called, because Lion King is all CGI anyway. They'll just take the original soundtrack and just lay it over it and it'd be the same difference. But it's part of their trying to break into the Chinese market. Apparently, the Chinese market aren't interested in old films. That's why they're not just showing the original films. They're making new ones. So, because the Chinese market, they want new films of pretty people and stuff. So that's why everything's got to be a new one. Even if it's the same goddamn movie, they want a new one. That's what they're chasing here. They don't give a rat's ass about the domestic market. They'll make some bucks here, but they're trying to get that Chinese market. Which, frankly, is a fool's errand because you only get like 10% of the take in the Chinese market. Everything else goes to the government. So why are you even bothering, okay? Bet you're getting this really a prestige thing. Oh, #1 in China for that. So what? You didn't get dick for it. Okay? But it's come to Star Wars now. Apparently, they're lipping onto the thing of, now they've recast all three, the big three. Actually, 4, because you got somebody else in the Chewie suit. Because Peter Mayhew, God bless him, he just can't do that anymore. Okay, even in the Force Awakens, the only scenes where Peter's in the suit is when Chewie's sitting down. When he's running around, it's another guy that Peter coached to walk like Peter Mayhew, to move like Chewie. Because he got a very distinctive walk. They even brought him in. Brought Peter Mayhew in for the cameo that Chewie did in, well, not really the cameo, it was a major part of it, but in the Clone Wars. So they could see how he moved around. And they put him in the suit and everything and see how he worked out and how the fur worked out. And sure enough, when he shows up on screen, it's like, it's an episode with lots of Wookiees. But the second, Chewie comes, that's Chewie. You can tell it. Just the way he's moving, his stride. You can tell it's Chewie. And apparently, with that Swedish actress, they roped in there doing Leia and Force Awakens, and in Rogue One, they've effectively recast Carrie. They've done Princess Leia. Whether or not they'll CGI her face the rest of her time there, who knows? But I think because I've seen pictures, she really looks more like Ellen Page. But whatever, they probably do better just casting Ellen Page. Frankly, she looks more like Carrie Fisher in that day. And this Hobbit-looking guy they had recreating the fight between Luke and Vader in Jedi. Screen rant saying, "Oh, how good match it is." One, it's like, actually, it was an Empire. I think it was the best one, flight suit. But one, guys, check your stuff. One, Luke did not have a pot belly in Empire, nor was his hair that long. Yeah, I don't think it was even that long in New Hope, okay? It's like, pay attention, guys. Your cheerleading gets a little in the way of your actual reporting. You're supposed to be a news thing, not a cheerleading site, okay? And, of course, Alden Ehrenreich, was Han. Okay. I'm going to direct this directly at Bob Iger. As far as your remake thing, when it comes to Star Wars, enough already! Knock it off! Nobody wants to see this, okay? You want to show them new version? Send the special editions, okay? Send them those. That should be new enough, okay? And the prequels aren't that old either, so they just... In fact, start them off with the prequels. Work them into the thing, get a foundation. That's why they didn't buy it, Solo. Or The Last Jedi. They don't have they don't care about Star Wars, okay? It's not a big cultural thing to them like it is over here. You are going to say, but if it fell over here, no way in hell you can do it, because they don't care about Star Wars over there. You'll generally take a taste over here. You might get an opening weekend, and then you'll bomb horribly with a bad movie. But you can't rely on the Chinese market saving you anymore, because they don't care. They're not invested in Star Wars, okay? So you want to get in there, you better get them invested in Star Wars, and that means showing them the original stuff, okay? We're not talking like showing Steamboat Willie and trying to that way. It's not that old. Come on. Give the Chinese viewers a chance, okay? They might appreciate some of the older stuff, all right? And we're not talking that old. I mean, the prequels are largely made in the, well, maybe not. But most of them were made within the last 20 years, okay? I think the prequels just had their 10th anniversary, didn't they? And then you work them up to the original trilogy. Again, with the special, they don't need to see the originals, okay? Fine. They can go with the special editions. It'll flow better for them. And work them up, in the meantime. But enough already, okay? Enough with the remakes of everything you've ever made, all right? Pinocchio will be cute with Tom Hanks' Geppetto, but after that, knock it off! For Christ's sakes, show a little pride in your back catalog. Because this is not celebrating, it's overriding it. And you're disrespecting all the work that came before. You're disrespecting the audience who happen to appreciate that back catalog. You're certainly not showing a lot of respect to the people who worked on it. You think Mark Hamill was grumbling when Last Jedi was coming out? So this isn't one you waited, find. Guess what, Mark? You've been recast. We got some pudgy kid with looks like a hobbit playing you now. Okay. Oh yeah, that'll go over real well. Please, okay? You're not really fooling anybody anymore, all right? In fact, really, just put the movies... And again, you want to win back, the fan favorites. Just dump just dump Last Jedi completely. Call this one coming up episode 8. Declare a mulligan, start over, okay? Get back to the original plan. Use all that extra footage you had of Carrie left over from Force Awakens. Use that. Have that be your last out, okay? I suspect she was doing a much better job in that than she did with Last Jedi. Walk around in the ball gown, for God's sake. She's in a warship and she's wearing a full length, gown. Same with Admiral Gender Studies with Laura Dern. Come on. Erase that one from the record, okay? Bring in Laura Dern and start over and put her in a realistic military uniform, for God's sakes. And bring in a military advisor. No, this is not the way, any competent military operates. Yeah, you can tell Poe, we have a plan. Trust me. Just shut the hell up and wait for orders. But you don't just stonewall somebody, expect them to fall in line just because, okay? You start doing that shit, all you're doing is just, you're breeding things. They don't know what they're doing. We need to take over the ship. Then it shouldn't be any big shock, okay? But yeah, just wipe that one out. Redo it. I mean, And to George Lucas, look at what they're doing to everything you built up. They're about to flush it in the toilet for the sake of, a quick buck. This franchise will have no integrity whatsoever if they do this. You've got to get in there and stop them. I mean, God knows you don't need the money, okay? Go and just make a deal where you are running Lucasfilm, okay? Right now, for all the faults the prequels trilogy had, they're looking a lot better right now than the last couple of offerings, all right? So, I will take slightly dumb and boring to completely idiotic and flashy for the sake of flashy, okay? For God's sakes, put an end to this, Get this thing back on track here because it's about to crash and burn big time. You have hardcore Star Trek fans publicly saying, I don't care about the next movie. That's the worst thing that can happen to you right now in this thing. Not the open hatred, but the fact that so many fans are saying, I don't care anymore. This will be the first Star Wars film ever to not sell out opening weekend. Not have a line in front of the theater opening day. That has never happened. There were lines opening day for the first film. Before anyone knew what the hell was going on, all we had was that trailer. Right now they are doing what was thought impossible. Killing the Star Wars franchise. This was unkillable. This is ridiculous. we're seeing the three biggest sci-fi franchises, Doctor Who, Star Trek, and Star Wars, being killed through complete incompetence at the top. Doctor Who has a better chance of recovery just because of some of the built-in safeguards. You get a new showrunner, you regenerate the Doctor, boom, you start over. That's the only one that's really got a good chance of bouncing back in any short order. Star Trek and Star Wars need radical action real quick. And in Star Trek, the only real way to solve that is just completely reject JJ and Discovery. That's fan fiction. Bring in some showrunners who know what they're doing and just, completely... No. And with Star Wars, it's like... You might be able to get by leaving Last Jedi in, but I'd be better off to just dump it and do over. Do a new episode 8. Before Mark gets any older. Something, it's like Mark Hamill's the same age now, same age as when Alec Guinness played Obi-Wan. And while he's held up a little better, because, at the end, modern medicine and modern living, he'll hold up better. He's in better shape now than probably Alec was back then, but still. Enough already, okay? Time to slam the brakes and say, that's it, enough. All you virtue signalers want to try and send a message, get the hell out of the pool, go to Western Union and send a message. We're trying to tell stories here. You are destroying our modern mythology, okay? That's why we're calling it the Canon Wars, for God's sakes. Because this is a cultural war now. It has gone beyond the politics. It's now getting into popular culture. And trying to rewrite everything that happened. This is total, revisionism. This is Stalinism. Come on. This is what Stalin did. Rewrite the history books. Airbrush people out of pictures. No, that didn't happen. No, he was never there. No. Oh, well, put him back. He's in favor now. Okay, put him back, Now this guy's out. Come on, Are these people so afraid of the truth of what happened? They're declaring everything that doesn't fit their narrow little worldview as racist. It's the same crap when suddenly, it's Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer are considered racist. It's like, what the hell is wrong with you people? For the love of God, pull your heads out of your asses, okay? Enough already. Because I've had it up to here with every one of you, okay? There's not a creative bone in the whole lot of you, okay? You think you know so much about what pop culture and fiction? Write your own damn story, see how well they sell with your ideas, okay? But leave ours alone. Star Trek did quite well for 50 some odd years without your helping a hand hold down the line to get that little, get that perfect thing. Okay, Star Trek invented a lot of the crap you guys are citing, okay? Star Trek practically invented the idea of diversity casting, so don't be going back here about how now Star Trek is now considered racist, you idiots. Or Stan Lee, that one got shot down pretty quick, thanks to the... Stan Lee's a white supremacist. Yeah, and that Stan's soapbox from '68 came out. They're crying all forms of racism and prejudice right out of the bat. So yeah, that died pretty quick, didn't it? You just want to spout off because you want to spout off, okay? Well, spout off somewhere else. We ain't buying here, okay? PayPal, Patreon down below. Catch you later.
Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. M-I-C.
See you real soon.
K-E-Y.
Why? Because we like you.